Single mother with 2 kids that the father neglected. Baby boy facing time and a daughter is pregnant. A God-fearing woman, she won't bother to kill it. On her knees every night asking God for forgiveness. Oldest son a hustler chasing dreams with a yay. And Section 8 tripping cause he 18 today. Security posted up to make sure it's crystal clear. Either Junior hit the road or they all disappear. Big Mama had a stroke after Pawpaw passed. This isn't fair. So how did life change? All within a year. Dear God, it's your son again. Thinking about that gun again. Conscious toying with me about my past. What I done again? Drink to a stupor, pop a pill, smoke a blunt or 10. I can't get away cause I can't seem to run within. My feet's in quicksand. You speak of rich land, a meek and gift land. My peeps in this land, and I know only the things of God last. So step into the light for 3Ps in the podcast. Hello, world. Hello. Welcome to this week's edition of 3Ps in a podcast. Since I stand corrected from last week, I'm here with my sister, the beautiful C Love, and my
Guys.
brother, Mike Lowry. And you know you
Yeah.
rocking with Trinity Team 504. Man, 3Ps in a podcast is here today. So the first thing we're going
End
to talk
time Bible prophecies unfolding right before our eyes. Trump recently signed a peace treaty in the Middle East, and in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3, it says this: while people are saying there is peace and security, then sudden destruction will come upon them as labor pains come upon a pregnant woman, and they will not escape. I don't know about you, but I think we are getting extremely close to the return of Jesus. And I'm not saying it's going to happen on a specific day or a specific time, but Jesus is definitely coming soon. The signs are evident. If you agree, follow or subscribe now.
So the first thing we're going to talk about, I want to talk about this peace treaty, right? Um with Gaza, because Trump taking credit for it, 20 remaining uh prisoners, the Israelite hostages, all of that stuff. But from a biblical standpoint, they saying it's the beginning of like the 7-year covenant in the book of Daniel, right? But some people say this is not that, because that will come from the Antichrist. And I voted for Trump, and I know he got a godlike image, but he's not liked by everybody. So I don't think he's the Antichrist, but I think this is like the start of revelations and end times and stuff. So what's y'all thoughts on the peace treaty? I know I
Uh,
messed you up with the topic, but come on, bring it.
yeah, for this one, I don't have no comments. As you see, I've been down this week, so I haven't been really into the news on that one.
or
So for that
or
one, I'm gonna skip
revelations
it.
scare you, but I'll take both
What?
of those as a question.
I'm hearing all that.
I don't know. With everything that's going on, I do think that something's happening. I just don't
Mhm.
think that everything is coincidental. Just kind of I kind of feel like our presidents are already pre-elected before they do go on to running and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean it could be. Could be.
Okay. Second, the mass shootings. I don't know if you had a chance to watch that in Mississippi. It's crazy.
Again.
Yeah,
We've
again,
already had a mass shooting in Mississippi.
like the
So,
Fort One this year, if I'm not mistaken.
And this
yeah,
was like,
and we've already had one in Mississippi before. So it's
mhm.
like I I mean, I don't know. Again, I still think it's a gun problem.
Mhm.
But obviously, I guess we're not going to get rid of our guns. We are worried about other things in America, like deporting immigrants. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess the guns are here to stay. I'm beginning to think maybe he wants us to out each other purposely. I don't know. But there's really no end to it unless we do something about our gun control, and that's not being discussed. Not that I know of. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna stop. I think we're gonna continue to have mass shootings, and we're gonna continue to have innocent lives be affected. by this, by the no, um, by the gun laws. So it's unfortunate.
Yep, I agree 100%. I feel like I feel like this is the exact thing she said. Like I feel like they're not gonna get rid of the gun laws. It happens so many times per year. I don't
Hmm.
know the number amount, but I feel like they do that just to decrease, the population. Because I'm like, okay, if you see it's happening multiple times, then you should put some type of law in place to avoid those incidents from happening. You see it at concerts, you see it at churches, you see it at schools, bars, and now you see it at the football game. So I mean, some got to give, but like she said, their priorities, they got other priorities like deporting all these other people or other shit other than handling what's going on in America that is causing issues.
Okay. And Mr. President, I don't agree with their standards. I still want my brother to come home from jail, so pardon him and and get right because I voted for you on a serious matter. So most of us, man, in these prices, I went to buy Thanksgiving dinner because Walmart got that stuff out early right now. The ham cost me $21 and the turkey cost me $32. So
Mm.
I'm $53 in and all I got is two meats. I ain't even got sides or nothing else. So I need you to get right. I voted for you, OG. I voted for you. I need you to get right, man.
Yeah, let me
I
know
saw this lady. I saw this. I don't know if it was real or not. And I look real. I saw this thing from a TikTok, and this lady was like, "I got 9 kids to feed. I don't care about the government being shut down. I need my food stamps." Apparently, she was like the grandmother, but everyone in the comments was just like, it's not the government's fault or responsibility to pay for your kids. But at the same token, because women are also forced to have kids now and we can't have abortions, so it's just like, how is everything supposed to balance out? Like,
Mhm.
you're not helping with this, you're making women work in order to receive assistance, right? Which is fine. I'm kind of for that. But it's like, how the hell are we supposed to? Obviously, our kids don't start school till they're 3. So,
Mhm.
what is this woman supposed to do for the first 3 years? You know what I mean? And it's like, say she got pregnant by a deadbeat, say she was raped, now she's stuck with this child for the next 3 years, and the government's not willing to help. Um, so I don't know. I just feel like America is going to shits. America is going to
I
shits
mean,
because it's like, I feel like, especially single women with kids working and trying to provide for their kids, I do strongly believe that they should have some type of assistance and not be completely like cut out. Um, I think I saw another TikTok about about this other woman, how she was like, she had a lot of kids, and her I get, and it's just like, all right, girl, time for you to get off of it. But it
Yeah,
said
the
something
penis.
about,
Get off of the penis with making kids with deadbeats. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
so yeah, so so she was just like, her stuff got taken away, and it's just kind of like, I don't know, like, how do you expect us to like raise kids, work, and we can't make more than 30,000, without like being qualified for assistance or whatnot. I think it's 30,000. I think it's thirty
yeah,
thousand.
Or they
And
could stop
so,
having kids.
right. I agree with
but
you, bro.
it's
But
but it's
I'm gonna
not,
let you
but
finish.
supposedly we're set on this world, we're supposed to multiply, and that's our purpose, right? That's our
Right.
purpose,
In
to have
in
these
a
kids and
family
to raise
setting though.
them.
Right. In a family
Yes, in
setting.
family settings, right.
Yeah,
But
but we're
but
not
But
having
look,
stand-up guys that are saying, "Oh, I got you pregnant. Let me sit here and help raise this child."
right.
So it's like, again, like, women are being not stuck with kids, right? Because we used to have a choice whether we wanted to have the child or not. But it's
mhm.
just like, just speaking for the typical single mom, because I'm a single mom, and it's just like, I can't, I'm doing it all, I've been doing it all, but it's just like, at what point do we sit there and say, you know what, something's not okay, something's not right? Either we
Mm-hmm.
start paying women more for their value, right? Because we're underpaid. That's one. We're underpaid.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get paid like men do. So we have to birth our kids. We have to raise our kids. We can't send them to school until they're 3. So we have to put them in childcare probably after a 3 month, having a child for 3 months, right? We can't
Mhm.
work. For maternity leave, we get paid maternity leave, but it's just like, again, if you're a single mom and you're not helping, I don't know, the government's fucked up. I'm sorry.
So this
Okay, so
is
uh,
look,
why.
this my
Go ahead. I was about to tell you why I disagree because
I disagree too.
you shouldn't be having. Again, we human, so I'm not here to judge no form or
Mm-hmm.
fashion. But you
Mm-hmm.
having sex, so it's always a possibility to have a baby. So let's say you slip up once, or in your situation you slipped up twice, but you got smart. So I'm not going to put you in position with the same people. So even the ones that want to continue to have sex, and I'm not promoting this in no form or fashion, but wear
Mm-hmm.
condoms if that's what you're going to do. But you continue to go raw in a not formal setting because, like you said, if we put on her to
Mhm.
multiply, that's for mama and daddy in a house of marriage, in a house where we can
Right.
both say this is going on. But if I'm just
Exactly.
getting my back blowed out for $40 or $60 or $80, and now you slip up and it's a, oh man, I'm pregnant, what I'm gonna do? And you knew he wasn't when you met him, and that's what attracted you to him in a weird way, his little toxic behavior. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
maybe I could change him. He gonna be different, but he not. And I
Mm-hmm.
blame him too. I'm not putting it all on women, but I'm saying it comes
Yeah.
a time where you gotta stand up because I
Kind of
I
like,
don't believe
yeah, wake up and just, I know, I
right.
say that too, like, okay, then stop having kids. But just being a woman, like, I definitely understand, like, you truly don't know the person, whether you've married them, whether people change. People change. People can be great, first year, second year, you marry them, you have their kids. People switch up, husband or not, people switch up all the time. So it's like, even though you think you made the right decision, I get it, like, not one mistake, kids are not mistakes, but I get like
Right.
one oops, right? But like, for the women that have, 3, 4, 5, kids, it's like, all right, girl.
Yeah,
You should know these
yeah.
patterns, so
Go
yeah,
get your
that I
tooth
get. But
tied
I'm
or
just like,
something.
I'm
Yeah.
saying, but still, even the fact, right? Because like, kids ultimately are blessings. So I mean, I just feel like a single mom shouldn't be, I mean, not shouldn't be, but it's just, I don't know, I just feel like there needs to be more assistance for single moms, because yeah, America sucks.
But I think it's
Well,
education too. So the women I know in the field, and I'm gonna let Davion go because I don't want to seem like I'm keep interrupting them here. But I think if your education matches your job set, then you're gonna get paid. Because I know women, a lot of women, including wifey, get paid more money than me. I make it work because I'm a hustler legally. But what I'm saying is, I know women that get paid like top money. So is a different class. So, like I said, if the other ones are just getting a black back blowed out messing with dope boys, then that's you're gonna have to depend on the government because you're like in that
Mhm.
mindset of saying, I need somebody to hold my hand, I need this, I need that, which is why I don't agree with staying on stuff like food stamps and welfare forever.
Yeah, for the
Yeah,
long term.
right,
That's what I'm
right.
saying. Like, for the women that's working, obviously, those criterias I get, right? Work, get on your feet, go to school, better yourself. But yeah, I just don't feel like it should be like completely taken away. I don't know. I'm saying this because of the TikToks that I saw,
Mhm.
but but that's why I was just like, damn, just imagine, like, me, because me, I put myself in like women's shoes, and it's just like, I don't know what the hell I would do, if I wasn't able to feed my kids, or like I would lose my shit, So it's just like, I don't know.
exactly. But look at you. You have a limit because you know for a fact if you have 5 kids, you can't afford that, right? It'll be hard to afford that,
Mhm.
especially by yourself. Now, some people, like, we had this topic before about how people have different mindsets or the way they think. Okay,
Mhm.
so like I agree with him. So like some people, like I don't want to say it's selfish, but like if you know you in a situation to where you can't afford a kid, don't make a kid because you already know you're gonna
Mhm.
struggle. You don't have no assistance, and then you already struggling with the ones that you got already. So if you keep
Yeah.
multiplying and add more kids, you pretty much doing it on your
Now you're being
own.
irresponsible at that
Exactly.
point.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I disagree because I'm like, okay, you old enough to know what you're doing. We all grown. So you know you keep making these kids and you can't always depend on nobody to help you. So what they're doing, like he said, you just sitting on your butt and you just depend on the government. No.
Yeah.
You have to stop at some point and say, okay, look, this right here is not helping. I need to get my life together. Let me start making kids and let me take care of the ones I got now until I can afford. Because like you said, now it's different. Like if you're in a family settings, and then that's like a whole different story. But like if you're like a single
Hmm.
parent and you making more kids and you struggling, like come on
Yeah.
now, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I disagree on that one a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be inside singing D'Angelo. Rest in peace to D'Angelo, by the way. How does it feel?
Oh God. It never
Oh Lord.
fails.
Let's pray for Trinity team on that one.
Now my boy
Yeah.
died of cancer, man, at 51. That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
young.
I didn't know he had a child with Angie Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that they son lost both their parents. I'm like, dang, and that's tough.
I remember
That is
Jamie
tough.
Foxx did that skit dressed like D'Angelo, man. Y'all watch the Jamie Foxx show, the Martins, all the old stuff. You gotta watch it. I'll be tweaked out
You know I watch it, but
on
I'm trying to.
Netflix.
You know I watched that. I grew up with that, but I'm trying to remember what skit he did to
Yeah,
D'Angelo.
he did. Like him and Fancy was playing Island Girl and all that stuff. We wanted her to wait, and she was like, "Why you don't dress up for me?" Remember they was arguing. So then at the end, he went in there with the baby oil on, like he was D'Angelo, and sung "How Does It Feel?"
I got to rewatch that episode.
Yeah,
Run it back from.
right.
Right.
But like with men and women, right? Like a lot of people say is double standard. So we're gonna get into
Hmm.
this conversation too. So I understand that some things may be double standard, but a woman can't do what a man can do. So don't make it a double standard. So I'm not saying that is right, but if a man have a lot of women, he's going to be considered a playboy, a player, a bachelor. If a woman have a lot of dudes and she like, oh, I could get penis anywhere, they gonna be like, this is a slut, this is a hoe. Like, colorful
Hmm.
words. So she can't do the same thing. She can't hold herself to the same standards that a man does because that's not what she was designed to do. I think she was designed to be a nurturer, a provider. That's her natural habitat. So instead of saying, I'm going to match this guy's energy, then you should just go pick a different type of guy because you maxing his energy is taking you out of your natural habitat. So now you becoming more like a man is like that's not who you were designed to be. So now you're gonna like forever be single because you're gonna be the alpha female in the room because you're trying to keep up with the men. But if you would have stayed in your natural habitat and say, you know what, I'm gonna quit messing with these dogs. What he's doing not right, but I'm not about to match that energy. I'm gonna stick to what I do, and then you're gonna get like a good man or a man that's designed to be the alpha male, and then you could be the sweet pretty girl. So that's what I think. So I don't think it's a double standard. I just think
What?
today's woman. I'm
What is the
telling you,
topic? Are we talking about double standards again?
correct. We talking about double standards
Okay, get
again
the
because
hell out of here
today
with that. I'm
I
like,
was
wait a
waiting
minute, like,
for it.
what's the
I'm waiting for it.
topic?
Because today's woman, like, I
No,
want to
I
work.
think
I
no,
could do what
I
a man
think
could
no,
do.
fuck
No, you
that.
can't do
No,
what a man could do.
no,
Period.
no, 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 no. Because I just had a conversation with my friend, and I hope he's watching this shit because he came at me talking about no, I'm lying. I'm gonna run that back. I saw an interview about this woman
Hmm.
saying, she was single or whatever. And the interviewee, man, I don't remember who it was, but the interviewee was like, how long have you been married? And so obviously she's an alpha female, and she's like, I gotta find it and send it to you. And she was like, I never said I was married. And he was like, that's my point. You're an alpha female, so you're not ever gonna be married. And then but no. And then I explained that to my friend because I'm just like, okay, trying to give me advice on stuff like that. And I'm just kind of like, dude, this ain't my first fucking rodeo, you know? Like, and it was about working out. So, like, I love you. You know who I'm talking about. I love you. Like, we're good, right? But it's just like, nah, hell nah. You know, it's not my first
Yeah.
time going to the gym. It's not my first time meal prepping, but he's really passionate about working out. Cool, respects to you. You have lost a lot of weight, right? And this is a high school friend. I want to say, I don't know. And if I fuck this up, my bad. But I want to say maybe 300, 400 pounds. He's lost a lot of weight. And now he's in like the twos. So he's kind of feeling himself, right?
Which he's supposed to,
And
but go ahead.
so he's kind of feeling himself. And yeah, and I give him his props. And I'm just like, all right, you've come a long way or whatever. But don't sit here and criticize my ass if I want to have a piece of toast with butter. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
just like, and so me, what I had to do, I kind of had to check him on his approach and how he was talking to me, because it's just like, you want me to be this soft girl, but this is how you're talking to me. And it's just like, no, hell no. You're not going to talk to me any kind of way and think that I'm going to be a soft girl. Like, I feel like a real man. I hate saying real men because men are men, but I feel like a real man, an alpha man, male, will definitely put a woman in her feminine era and bring out the femininity inside of her that she's supposed to be naturally. Because if
Or put her
I
in a
can't,
place when she's tripping, because that's what he's designed to do too. So I can't let you go off on the deep end.
They
So when you
twins.
wildin',
Look,
it's my it's my
look.
job to say, hey, come back here, get back in your feminine place. I got the wildin' out part for us. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, that I can agree with. Because I mean, y'all can't just expect women to sit here and be like, oh, let me cook you some dinner, and
Yes,
it's just
that's
like,
exactly what I expect. What you mean?
no, fuck that. Are you my husband? Look, like me, that's a new rule for my ass, because I learned. I learned. I'm not cooking for nobody that I'm not married to. I don't give a damn how good I know how to cook. Because these men are so ungrateful. These men are ungrateful. And so,
Now I
hell
agree
no.
with you. I'm
Mm-mm.
talking about in a relationship. I'm saying you in a relationship, let that man be an alpha male.
Yeah,
You
for
be a
sure.
woman, be a
See, I don't have a
feminine woman.
problem with that, but it's just like, it's getting in the relationship that's the problem, you know? Because I'm gonna talk to you, and then after a little few weeks or whatnot, I'm just gonna be like, this ain't it, And I hate that I know what I want, and it's just like, I am not gonna settle. I'd rather be single. And then I think there was another thing where it was like, oh, but you're at peace. And I'm like, yeah, I am at peace. When it's me and my kids, we're at peace, we good. Ain't nobody in here bringing up no type of art. You know what I mean? Like, I come
Hmm.
home, I cook my dinner for my kids is made. We eat dinner, we do homework, we do bath time. You know what I mean? Ain't no man in here. I ain't got to stress about no man, like what he doing, why he didn't call me back, why he's not texting me back. Like,
Yep,
fuck that,
exactly.
like, I'm good. Like, I'm at peace. I'm good. So it's just
So,
like, unless God sits down beside me and says, hey, sis, this one's for you. No.
so Mike, do you think it's a double standard with men and women?
Yeah.
It is.
There are a lot. Even okay. Yeah, there are a lot of things that. Yeah, there
Oh,
are a
she
lot of
gone.
things. Well, she should be back. There are a lot of things, like you said, that men can do that women can't do, and vice versa. And some of those are double standards. You know, like before, how before on the other topic about single mothers, how she was talking about pay raise, pay
Hmm.
raise. I feel like that is a step of standard. Like, you know how some jobs be like, oh, you a woman, you can't get this certain amount of money that a man get. You know, even you know, some do have that type of education, but some jobs don't allow that. You know, I feel like that is double standard. Even in relationships. Like what y'all two was fussing about a while ago about who get to cook or what a woman get to do, what a man get to do, all that shit. Double standards. Most people they ignore that, but yeah, it's double standard because like if you put your foot in their shoes, what would you say?
I'm gonna say be a woman because that's what you was designed to be. You wasn't born with a penis. You don't pee standing up. Your job as a woman is to bring nurture and love to the relationship. It's my job to protect, provide, and show perseverance. That's what I'm supposed to do. Let's do this. Let's do that. It's your job to be like the sweet, the kind, the one that thinks about
But it's
everybody.
also your job to set an example. So if you want me to be sweet, then you be sweet too. Don't come in this house talking about all this mad shit that you're going through, or you're fussing about stuff, and then you still expect me here, honey. Here's some dinner. Fuck no. Especially, and I know your wife don't be with that shit. So don't even.
If it's the
Mm-mm.
You
work,
gotta
but
bring,
if the world,
as a leader, as a provider,
hmm
you have to set an example, and you have to bring the peace. Like if you don't bring the peace,
hmm
she cannot be your peace. Men always say, "Oh, be my peace, be my peace." No, be your own damn peace. And if I'm not adding on to that peace, then there's a problem. Other than that, we should be good.
but if it's the outside world that got me unpeaceful, when I
But it,
come home, you
that's not my
supposed to be that
problem.
peace.
That's not my
Don't bring
problem. Keep that
don't
shit
bring this shit.
outside. Where was it?
Yes,
Outside. Don't bring that shit in the
right. Don't
house
bring this shit
where I'm
inside because what
happy.
you're doing is add more fuel to the situation. Don't do that.
Right.
That's the
Right.
problem right there.
And that's another thing too. Like that would used to be like an important question that I used to ask people. Like, are you happy with your job? Like before dating? Because that means this man's gonna come home with work stress if he ain't happy with his job.
Hmm.
But I don't ask that shit no more. Now I'm just like, either you know how to make yourself happy or you don't. It's not my job to make you happy. It's not my job to put you at peace. Like when you
Right,
come
but
here,
look,
you are gonna have a nice plate of food. You can rest. I really don't nag about nothing. So it's just like I'm not asking those questions no more.
right,
It's like you
but
either
look,
know how to be a man or you don't. I'm
right,
I'm done with
yes.
the questions.
But look though. So this part where it comes to communication. So like in a
Mhm.
relationship, you know, there's times to where your partner does have a bad day. So there's all times to where you have to communicate them, give you like some type of advice. You know, don't come out home all angry and shit, because that shit ain't gonna fly. But
Right.
so yeah, I had a bad day, and your partner, that's what they're there for. Sometimes they can be your therapist, give
Your
you advice.
woosah. Yeah, your
Yes,
woosah.
talk to
Yeah.
you about the situations and make your day better. But don't come home with all that shit. Say, where's my food at? Because you mad because what happened on the outside. Leave that shit outside the door. Because
Right. Don't
when
be
you bring in bad energy, you
talking
already know
about,
what's
woman,
what's
did
gonna
you run
happen.
my bathwater? Hell nah, shit.
Right.
Like
Yes.
you can't come in with that energy. Calm down, color
Right.
purple.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
that's
you
something.
remind me of. You remind me, man.
Ah,
Shoot. And every time she's shaving his face, I'm like,
she
ooh, she
about to cut
wrong.
it, man.
Cut
She
his
about to.
Baby, you
ass.
couldn't have. That couldn't have been me.
We're silly. Home finna shave, Mister.
Hell nah.
She was about to look at you. Look at you. You're poor. You're black.
I was like, man, I wish somebody would call me ugly. But
Yeah, she went
yeah,
off in the end though. Yeah, that was a good movie,
it
man.
was good movie. But yeah, there is double standards. Speaking of, y'all know I'm a little advocate for Cardi B.
Mhm.
She did settle finally for the lawsuit, giving Offset $7 million, and
Hmm.
she wants to keep, I think, 70/30 of their assets, meaning she basically wants to keep the houses and stuff that were purchased when they were together. I think they ended up, because she tried to get into real estate. She was buying properties and they were trying to sell them, but I guess I don't know what the fuck Offset did. But so she bought a few properties while they were married, in hopes of doing that, trying to create another avenue for income. But she ended up settling because she basically said that she got tired of Offset kind of prolonging it because he wouldn't agree to anything either. So yep, that's the update on their case.
So she had a baby when she was pregnant. I'm gonna always say that, and it was public. I don't care his wasn't
She had a
public.
baby
She
while
was
she was
public.
pregnant. She had a baby while she was married.
Married. I mean, I'm sorry. While she was married in the public eye, that's the ultimate disrespect
Oh
with an
well.
Well,
NFL player.
That just shows you that
hold on,
women
wait a
do it
minute.
better. So stop playing with us. Stop
But
playing with us.
but but now
Stop
look,
playing with
wait
us
a
because we
minute.
will leave you crying. You know, Offset did an interview talking about now he's saying I should have respected her better. Or he was like, I should have respected her more. She didn't deserve the stuff that I did to her. Motherfucker, it's a little bit too late for that. You
Yeah,
know,
this.
like she's already moved on, and I know it's killing him to see her happy with somebody else.
Yep, that's all of us. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you. You
Because a
know,
man don't want to
once.
see you happy with another man. They don't want to
Yeah,
see you love right. Especially
No,
when
yeah.
it's
they've
not
already
that.
had
It
you.
ain't that.
Once
Yes,
We
it
just
is
once
want.
the
that. It is
look
It
that.
look
Be
ain't
a
that.
man and admit it. Be a
once
man
she
and
leave,
admit it.
once
We
she
Men,
leave.
mature differently. You guys
no.
now will say this: women are more mature than men. So we may not in the time that we're doing. We just thinking about the end moment. That's all we thinking about. I don't want to argue. Shut up. I don't want to talk. But when you gone, it's like, dang, she was here. Now who gonna clean my house? Who gonna cook my food? Not that saying that that was the only thing you was good for, but you miss the value that she bought when she's not there, and it's like, dang, I could have done this better, but I wasn't
Exactly. And
mature
that proves
enough.
my point that she
I wasn't
wasn't the
mature enough
problem.
at
It
that
was
time.
him.
No, this the thing is he knew from the jump that he was fucking up. But
Exactly.
she wasn't taking this bullshit, and now he feel bad because he lost something that was good. That's all it is.
That's all that is.
Yeah,
Nicki Minaj, I love you better. Oh, I'm sorry.
she toxic too, just like you.
My baby's still
I want to
married.
say too, because Cardi B isn't toxic. Cardi B is she's a real woman
What? She
behind
ain't
I
toxic.
all that
don't, I
money
don't,
and
I don't know
all
about that.
those millions. I don't think she's toxic.
Help her, Lord, help.
She takes
I don't know
care of her
about that.
kids. She works. She's independent.
She got
Yeah,
pregnant while married. That's
Oh
all I'm gonna
well.
say.
Oh
but
well.
look,
He should have never messed around.
but that's
For
also,
sure.
but that's look, that's also a sign of double standards. You saying she got pregnant while married, but a man gets a woman pregnant while he's married. What's the difference?
I just said it was public, so she shouldn't. The man shouldn't do it either.
Exactly.
But
Don't matter.
yeah,
I'm finna
the
cuss you
man should.
out. I'm finna cuss
The
you
man,
out.
the
I'm finna
man
like put me
shouldn't
on
do
the
it either.
podcast. Like, no. It
I'm not
doesn't
saying
matter
that
whether
is
it's
right in no
public or
form or
not. Wrong is
fashion.
wrong.
But what I'm
Public or
saying
Mm,
is,
not, wrong is
no,
wrong.
it's double wrong in the public because now you got somebody like a Offset, somebody that's a quote unquote celebrity. Now you got that man looking stupid out here. Cricket,
Good. That's what he
cricket.
gets. That's what he gets. We had one more topic, didn't we?
ain't no comment
Yes.
on that.
Look, I'm not gonna sit here and keep arguing with you. You're not gonna stress me out.
Hot boy Turk,
I'm single
man.
for a reason.
Cause you be rowdy, you be the alpha female. Look, did you
Yep.
cook my food? What? Come, I'm sorry.
I don't, and I would like no.
Yes, you
I'm
do.
very soft when it comes to my
Oh my
partner.
God, the
Don't y'all
audience,
believe?
y'all see
Don't y'all
how
believe
she
that
be
shit?
snapping. Y'all know
Y'all,
that
y'all will
shit.
never know, but no, I'm very soft when it comes to my partner.
Don't y'all
Matter of
believe that?
fact, I cooked dinner last night for my baby daddy that I am no longer with. Cooked dinner, made him dessert, told my son, call your dad, tell him to come over for dinner. So miss me with that. Braided his hair the day before that. Mind you, he ain't my man, but no, I'm soft. I'm soft. I'm definitely soft and cool and mm-mm. I'm gonna love you to death. That's about as bad as it gets. I'm about to fucking get on your nerves by, did you eat? Do you want breakfast? What do you want for lunch? Oh, you're meal prepping. What do you want to eat this week? I'm gonna bug you like that, but anything else? Mm-mm.
He must have signed the NDA for him because I don't know about that. I don't know about none of that.
I'm too busy for the other nonsense. I am.
So our
I
other
am.
topic was Hot Boy Turk, right? So y'all know, like I said the last time, the verses is coming up. So
Mm.
Yeah.
before that, Cash Money was on a 30 on a tour for their 30th anniversary Hot Boys reunion. Y'all remember all of that? Well, he got
Mm-hmm.
kicked off of the tour. So he's been having issues with everybody. That's also been public. Um and anyway, he said they came to him. He said the promoters came to him. This is on the 30th anniversary tour, and said they got to pay him less money than everybody else. So he was like, "I'm not accepting it." So they kicked him off the tour, and now he will not be on the verses either. So what he's saying is BG is behind it, and he showed his paperwork saying that uh I guess the promoter said that Turk was a threat to BG, and that's the reason they don't want him around as a security risk and all of that stuff. But everybody else says because Turk always going online talking about Cash Money business and doing the stuff that he
So pretty much you go online bashing his members,
do.
and he expecting to go on tour.
Right.
Right.
That's toxic. That's toxic as fuck. You talking about
Yeah, you can't
you
be part
talking
of the
behind my
problem and then
back.
expect to get paid like the others. No. Be glad we're
That's just
inviting
like
you.
a job, right? That's just like me working at Chick-fil-A and I'm talking shit about Chick-fil-A and I expect me to come to work Monday and get paid. Hell no, get off my damn store, cause you
Right.
no, you tripping.
Yeah, and I don't
Yeah,
know if
I
Yeah.
y'all remember
agree.
the Drinks Champs interview from a couple years ago when he was saying, well, when Cash Money first started, they was wearing fake watches, and Stunner went off on that. He was like, "Man, you
Why he
was a
talk?
little boy when
Why
I
does
bought
that
you into the
matter?
city." Yeah,
I think that's what
Why he
makes it
doing all that?
exciting nowadays.
yeah,
These rappers make kids think, oh, you gotta have all this money, you have to have this chain and all this and all that. And it's just like, no, go to school, get your damn education on.
right. So
Get
you
Hmm.
that.
can run the company and then sign all these people. That's the play.
Right. My prime example is Adam Sandler. When my son, I think, yeah, we had a conversation. I think we talked about this before on our podcast. But I be telling my son because he does see little kids that be doing stuff and be selling, stuff and has money and things like that. And I'm just
Mhm.
like, dude, you be the Adam Sandler, okay? You be the one that licks bummy, which he doesn't lick bummy. He's always nice, dressed nice, And it's like he always has money when he goes out, takes his girlfriend out. He's always paying for her stuff and
Hmm.
things like that. So it's just like he just ain't out there doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? And it's just like keeping his mental focus on what's important because it's just like this is temporary. All of that flossing and all
Ain't
this
gonna last
money
long.
and like that gets them nowhere. They're gonna be
Hmm.
literally a nobody in life.
Yep.
So
And that's a true story because like I'm pretty sure we all have those who went to high school with that done that and what they at now in
mhm.
life.
Where are they at?
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In prison. In prison.
Yep.
Not that I have nothing against black people in prison, but it's like, and that's what I tell my son. Like that lifestyle is only gonna get you dead or in jail. So it's
And
just
Hmm.
you
like
tell
you
them
pick your
correct.
future. Like there's no way out of it. So it's like, yeah, I make
Yep. I
sure I
did the
be
same
on
thing
him.
yesterday. We went to the fair and then we seen like some homeless people sleeping on the floor sleeping the fair around 9 o'clock and then we see like some teenagers who on the streets.
Hmm.
And I was telling my son pretty much the same thing. Like you see what happens when you do all this dumb shit and you don't go to school and college and educate. This
Hmm.
what happens. You think it's cool, but this is where you end up at right here. So yeah,
Yeah.
same thing.
And
Hmm.
contrary to popular beliefs, though, like most of the rappers don't come from that lifestyle. They may have
They don't.
somebody else in that environment, but they painting this picture to sell to the public. It's usually
Hmm.
the ghost riders and the people that around them who were the gangsters and the hoods and all of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Mainly the Ghost Riders. Yep. You're
right.
right.
Yeah.
So they was just
That's
sent
true.
to destroy the community. basically give you like a false sense of hope.
Yep. Have y'all? I don't know if y'all might not watch this, but 50 Cent's got these little Power series, and he have one with Raising Canaan. I don't know if y'all seen
Yeah,
that yet.
when he was
And
younger, right? The younger him.
right, famous how he was talking about the streets need a body in his
Hmm.
lyrics. I'm like, bro, you don't do none of that out there. This is one of those
Yeah,
examples
same
what you're
thing.
referring to. Yeah, exactly.
It's real life.
Hmm.
And 50
Yeah.
was one of the few that actually got in and left hip hop. Like he knew that money wasn't gonna last anyway, so he got
Hmm.
Yeah.
into
He's
the
got
other
smart
stuff.
about
Right?
it. I
Yeah.
can't be mad at 50. Oof.
Exactly,
Smart man.
and that's what I be expecting for other rappers, but they continue to do dumb shit and then go to jail and then come out do the same shit, go back. I'm
The
like, bro,
young
like,
rappers, they be messing up their lives.
yeah.
And
So
then the
yeah,
ones that on drugs is like I said, they don't know nothing different. The older ones know better. They just putting out a certain persona, but the other ones they
Yeah.
just want to live. I don't want to say Hollywood, but whatever life that the rap life painted.
Yeah.
yeah. And you know what's funny? I seen a post on Facebook. It was somewhat similar to this. It was like that. I feel sorry for some black people because they choose to just be ghetto, which is not okay. And then I was like, yeah, similar to what you're saying, they see these other people, pretty much the environment, the images, and they think it's cool and shit like that. Continue to do that. Even the ones who are older, I'm like, come on now,
Mm-hmm.
you should know better.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
don't, yeah, even like I said, when in the prime of that, the ones that used to have like the Benzes, the Bentleys, the Ferraris, and you living in an apartment, like man, your priorities is check. You should have got a house first. Like, what are you doing, man?
I be
I,
man,
I
because
see
I
that.
live
I
in
see
an
that
apartment.
now.
I live in an apartment and they're nice. I'll admit they're nice. But when I see these people driving around in Benzes over here, I'm like, I saw a Porsche in my complex the other day and I'm just like, what? What are you doing living here? You
Right.
know? A person on a reality TV, they live here. And so my son was like, my son was like, Mom, she's rich. And I'm just like, I was like, M uffer, we ain't rich and we live in this bitch, you know?
Right.
Like, that don't mean nothing. I was like, if she was rich, she'd have a house somewhere, you know?
Ducked
So
off. Yeah.
it's just, I
Yeah,
think it's just the innocent mind too. It's just how kids think, like, oh, if they see on TV, it has to be real, and it's just like, no.
that's
But
how we
now that AI is
was.
coming out,
Yeah.
shoot, AI is playing everybody for a damn fool.
Well, yeah. Well, I won't say AI. That's how we was as a kid. We used to watch those MTV shows.
And think that's real. Yeah.
What's the show called? Show My
Pimp My
Crib or
Ride or
Pimp
My
My Ride.
Crib,
MTV
yeah.
Cribs. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
MTV
yeah, yeah.
Cribs.
Yeah, we used to think that was their house, but come to find out, really wasn't. I'm like, damn. So yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I said as a persona. You like, man, hold
Hmm.
on, you painting this fake image.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Crazy,
yeah.
crazy.
Well, that's all we have for this week, man. We was happy to ruffle y'all feathers with the double standard. That was the point of it. So I want y'all to get
Toxic. Toxic.
I
Y'all
want y'all
both
to
toxic.
get in them comments, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. Is a woman supposed to do what a man can do? I'ma say no. I don't care what that man's doing. Do not match his level because that's not your natural habitat. You're a fish
You're
out of
right.
water.
You're right. You're correct. You're correct. But there's some things that a man's supposed to do that they
That he
don't
don't be
do.
doing.
Changing her damn tires. He don't do that shit.
Checking her
You know,
oil. Putting gas in
bruh.
her car. How about you open my door? How about you send me some flowers? Like the
Hmm.
minor things they ain't even doing. So let me buy my own flowers. Let me take my own car to go to the mechanic. Like we're
Now she got to
literally
be a.
forced to be
Now she got to be a
men. We're
man. Exactly.
we're literally
Yeah.
forced to be men because these men are just
Yeah, yeah, bro. We don't supposed to let them do that shit, but some they don't
They
care.
don't care.
Yeah,
They don't care.
but
You be like,
we
man,
not like that, which
Right.
is good. But those other ones, I don't know. They ain't raised right, or I don't know. I ain't judging, but yeah, they ain't like
that's
that.
what it is. Who raised y'all? Because ain't no way. Like, I teach my son now. My son is 14, and I'd be like, go check the oil on the car. You know what I mean? Like, go check if the tires have air.
Hmm.
Like stuff like that. Because it's just like, hell no. Like he took his girlfriend. We went to the football game, and I went with them, and he was like, Mom, do I buy her ticket? And I'm like, yeah, you're inviting her to the game, right? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, then you buy her ticket. And then she wanted popcorn or whatever. And so I text him and I'm like, make sure you pay for her popcorn. And then just stuff like that. He was walking
Hmm.
and they were walking like down the bleachers, and I'm like, hold her hand, help her down the bleachers. Like, y'all sit here and say women can't raise men. Yes, the fuck we can, because
Well,
like
to a certain extent.
to a certain extent, but it's just
Right.
like they will be the best gentlemen ever, because like, especially a single mom, right? Like, because
Teach them how to pee
have
standing up. Oh, you
she's gonna
can't.
have no, his dad's, but I honestly, I potty trained my son, so let me be nice. I did potty train my son, so I'm just leave with the bullshit. And so, anyways, we can raise our kids to be better men, because men out here are lacking in so many areas. So it's just like, don't force a woman to be an alpha male, and she'll be submissive and soft and sweet, but do your part. That's like asking a woman, can you cook? Well, can you build a fucking house? No? Okay. Then don't ask me if I can cook. Like, make it make sense. Like, just make it make sense. That's all I'm saying.
All
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
We
Bye.
until next week, y'all.
He
We gonna
finally
end
said,
on
all
that
right.
note.
All right, peace out.
Bye.
I personally really value traditional gender roles. I think the most beautiful thing a woman can do is be a wife and raise children and nurture them. And I love a man to be strong. I want him to protect and provide, because that allows me as a woman to get into my feminine energy, which I believe is where women are most happiest. When women feel safe, we feel protected. Be feminine and be happy and be sweet. And for some reason, those at the top, the elites, whatever you want to call them, are trying to switch this all around. And what happens is men and women start to reject each other. We don't like each other. I don't want a weak man, and a man doesn't want a masculine woman. And so we don't get together, and then there's no children. It leads society down a very dangerous